Good evening. My name is Professor Latanya McGorder, and I am your professor for Intro to Human Services. This is so different for me. I'm so used to being on the campus in Camden, interacting with my students. This is not going to be what I expect it to be, but I am going to do my best to make this semester a good semester for you. I know a lot of you aren't used to doing online classes and you might think it's boring, but I'm going to try to upload a video every week for you so that you can get the full experience. Most people that have taken my class, they look forward to coming to the class because we have so much fun. But unfortunately, we are hit with a pandemic, COVID-19, and we aren't able to come in. So I decided to come down to my virtual learning center here in Pennsauken and do a video for you. So again, my name is Professor Latanya McGorder. I have been teaching with Camden County College for approximately 12 and a half years. Actually, it'll be 13 years that I've been teaching in the Human Service Department come January. I have to say this is the best job I've ever had, although I do have a full-time job and other jobs, but I love teaching at Camden County. I love being able to interact with my students. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to do a video once a week for you guys and go over the chapter just to give you a basic synopsis of what the chapter is about. If you have any problems, any questions about anything, please reach out to me. I'll post a question and I'll answer it because it may be someone else that have the same question that you have. Forgive me for any technical difficulties because I am not the best on Canvas. I'm actually just now learning Canvas because I didn't teach last semester, so I'm just now taking a class. So I'm going to do my best to not have glitches, minimal glitches. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. As I already told you, I've been teaching for 12 years. I'm from Camden via Philadelphia. I did all my schooling from here. I went to Lanning Square, which is now KIPP, Pine Point. I graduated from Camden High back in the 80s in 1983. I went to Camden County for a while. I went to Lincoln University. I got my master's. Then I went on to Fielding Graduate college where I've started a doctoral program that I'm hoping to finish up one day. So my master's is in human services and my doctorates will be in education. So I have one son, which you will get to learn a little bit more about later on. I have a documentary that I filmed some years back that I'm trying to get uploaded on YouTube so that you all will be able to view it, and then we'll answer some questions about it, or you may have some questions you may want to ask me. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me. I uploaded the updated syllabus where I changed the name from Professor Sadiji to my name, but for some reason I'm not getting it uploaded. So I'm going to give you my email address. I have wrote it on my board over here, but unfortunately you really can't see it. So my email address is L is in Larry, M is in Mary, C is in Charlie, G is in girl, O is in Oscar, R is in Randy, D is in David, E is in Edward, R is in Randy, at faculty.camdencc.edu. So that's L McGorder at faculty.camdencc.edu. If you need to call me, you can call me at 856-254-2144. You can call me anytime during the day. If I don't answer, I will call you when I'm available. Please do not call me after 8 o'clock at night unless it is an extreme emergency. But now that we're not in person classes, so you have no reason to call me that late, especially to tell me you're not coming to class. So, anywho, so look, what I want to do today is I'm going to go over the syllabus. And if you have any questions, again, please feel free to call me. All right? Call me. You have no excuses. You can call me, you can email me, and I usually get right back to students when they call or email me. So I gave you my phone number, I gave you my email address. So you should have the book, Introduction to Social Work and Social Welfare, 12th edition by Charles Zastrow. So if you don't already have your book, I'm going to give you the ISBN number so that you might want to rent your book from places like Chegg.com, or you might want to buy your book from half.com, which is, I believe, by eBay. So the ISBN number that's on WebAdvisor when you go into what the course is, I think it's a little different because I think on there it said the 10th edition, but we're actually on the 12th edition. So the ISBN number would be 978-1 305-388-33-8. Again, the ISBN number is 978-1 305-388-33-8. So that is the ISBN number so that you will get the right edition of the book. You can purchase the book at the Camden County bookstore, but I believe they've been having some problems in Blackwood and Cherry Hill in the Camden campus, or you can go on the online store, which would be the prime choice to do it that way. So the course description, this course surveys the basic principles, scope, and function of the various settings in human services. A broad view of the field of human services is presented, and an effort is made to link learning to experience. The philosophy of human services is discussed, and the history of social welfare is explored. We are going to be talking about a lot of things throughout this semester. The semester is short, so we'll be doing 2 chapters at a time per week. So it is important, it is incumbent upon you to read those chapters so that you can participate in the discussion points. You can just participate in all the assignments. It is very, very important that you read these chapters. So the program objectives, by the end of this course, you should be able to, number one, define the purpose of social work practice. Briefly describe at least 2 political views and that impact social welfare policy, which is liberalism and conservatism. All right. Summarize at least 4 professional venues, employment settings, and opportunities of social work practice. You'll describe the micro, meso, and macro practice of social work. Micro meaning one-on-one, meso meaning small groups, and then macro meaning like the community and larger organizations. Design a method of destigmatizing community residents who are in need of social services. A lot of people won't get help because there is a stigma about being on welfare. There's a stigma about receiving help or benefits. So we, as a human service provider, we as change agents, we as generalist practitioners, it is our job to destigmatize that train of thought where people won't think there is something the matter with reaching out for help. You will be able to list at least 5 groups in the United States that are most likely to be poor. Explain briefly the culture of affluence and its impact on the poor. Explain 3 causes of poverty. Explain the intent of the 1935 Social Security Act. Summarize the purpose and core mission of the NASW, Code of Ethics, National Association of Social Workers. The Code of Ethics guiding social work practice. Define and describe current challenges in the American family to include divorce, violence, and abuse to children. Discuss briefly at least 2 cultural norms within a family system that might challenge a social service worker in attempting to deliver services. Explain two ways in which families may not have equal access to the best quality education. I don't know about you, but this whole online thing is just not for everybody. Currently, where I am doing this video is at my program called LADS, Learning at a Distance Safely. And what we do is we have youth in the community whose parents go to work, but they have these children who need to be supervised while they're doing virtual learning. So they bring them to our establishment and we link them to the internet, and then we supervise, we give breakfast, we give lunch, and we'll give dinner if they need it, and snacks and milk, and they come here 5 days a week. So if you have a child that needs supervision during the day while you're at work that's doing virtual learning, or even if your school, children's school is going back and you have the option to keep them home, but you want them to come here, we welcome your child, and we can always discuss, what the donation would be for us to keep things running. But this is part of human services. This is a need throughout the community that will help out mothers. So, introduction, social work, welfare, and social work, chapter 1. It talks about social welfare, relationships to human services, the residual view versus instructional view of social welfare, liberalism versus conservatism, the history of social welfare, the Great Depression and the Social Security Act, the Great Society and War on Poverty, biomedical technology and new family norms, and chapter 2, which is social work as a profession, a career. So that's chapter 2. A brief history of social work, a problem-solving approach, because that's the approach we will be using. We'll talk about micro, meso, and macro. We'll talk about the social work role as case management, case worker, and family therapist, and ecological model of human behavior. And we'll talk about the development and use of research knowledge skills that advance social work practice. So there will be a quiz for chapters 1 and 2, and the due dates will be on November the 8th. So on week 2, what we're going to do is, so that's week 1. Week 2, we're going to talk about generalist social work practice. That is for chapter 3. So we're not going to go too far. I just want to introduce you to the first 2 chapters. But then for session or week 2, we'll do chapter 3 and we'll do chapter 4. So chapter 3 talks about generalist social work practice. Chapter 4 talks about poverty and public welfare. On week, so that's week 2. I don't know how this got out of sorts, but it did. Okay. So, that's, I just wanted to go over the syllabus with you. And if you go on Canvas, you'll see how your grades are broken down. You will have all that information that you need when all your assignments are due. Your first discussion question is posted, and you'll be able to go into it at midnight at 11:59 on the 27th. You'll be able to go into it, and I want to know how you're feeling. With the pandemic, with the school, with COVID, testing, the election coming up. It's so much going on and people are so overwhelmed. So I want to know, I want to know, how are you feeling? So I want you to answer that discussion question and respond to other people as well. Be an encouragement, be kind, be respectful, but most of all, be professional when you do your answering of questions. So these videos will be uploaded, and I'll put the URL on the link on in Canvas so that you will be able to see the videos. So every week I'm going to do a little video for you, and hopefully this encourages you to keep pressing on. I know this isn't easy, y'all. Trust me, this isn't easy. I am missing not being able to engage and see your faces. Listen, I want to apologize. I sent out an email to everyone, to your college email. Speaking of college emails, please respond when I email you. Please, if you don't know your college email, it'll probably be either your first initial and last name along with the last 4 digits of your ID number, I believe, at student.camdencc.edu. Please find out what your college email is, because that is how I will contact you. I'm not making phone calls. I don't know private email addresses. It is imperative that you find out what your college email address is at, because only 2 people responded to my email about the Zoom call that didn't happen because Zoom was acting up yesterday. But I will be doing some Zoom calls that you all can feel free to get on, and we can talk about some of these chapters if you like. Every week I'll try to make myself available. So if you want to hop on Zoom from about an hour, from 7 to 8, I'll be more than happy to do that. You're not obligated to get on Zoom, but I will be there. I will let you know the exact designated day and time that I will be on Zoom so that we can talk about the chapter. Like I said, it's not mandatory. You don't have to do it. But if you want to have some interaction with your other classmates and me as your professor, please feel free to come in. If you look in your email, you will see the Zoom link. That is always the link all the time. That is the link. So I'm thinking what I want to do is I want to do maybe Wednesday evenings at 7 o'clock. How about we do that? Every Wednesday at 7 o'clock, we will discuss the chapters. So if you're interested, just log on to Zoom at 7 o'clock and I'll be sitting there waiting with you. All right? Listen, God bless you. And I hope this is an awesome semester for you. I'm looking forward to meeting you all, to hearing from you all, getting on Zoom if you like. I'm really, excited about this semester. It's going to be a good one. I'm going to try to do these videos so it can feel like a little bit more in person, because I know, this is different. This is so different. So as you can see, I can be a little cut up, but guess what? This is my personality. This is who I am. This is why they keep me here for the last 12 years. So I'm going to do a YouTube channel, and I'm going to put this video on here so that you will be able to look at the YouTube channel. All right, listen, God bless you. Deuces. I pray that you have an awesome week. And guess what? We will see you next week. The first day of class, I'm actually going to be on Zoom at 7 o'clock if you're interested. If you're not, that's okay. But I am going to be on Zoom. All right? God bless you and take care and have a wonderful, wonderful week.